All right, so my name is Wade, and I'm recording this for Pop Horror. I don't know if you've heard of that, but
Hi, Wade.
um, so I've got like I guess 10 questions or so,
Mm,
Yeah,
and
cool.
let me see. I gotta scroll up here to read them. So this show is like a love letter to PBS and Bob Ross, but
Yes.
also a complete meltdown of those things. So, what made
Yeah.
you want to twist something that's comforting into something that's cosmic and chaotic?
Um, well, I mean, Bob Ross had a very good run making very straightforward painting television show. And I've always been a fan of like stupid comedy, and I know Skinner and I know his personality, and I just thought like let's combine Skinner with, the sort of crazy um chaotic sensibility of like early Adult Swim shows and make something really weird.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is like Bob Ross is like a dude who's painting very mellow stuff, right? So the experience is mellow. The experience matches the aesthetic. And so with us, it's like if this is like the kind of this is the experience you get with a
Yeah.
psychedelic nightmare artist, you know? And Mark Kistler from Secret City, who Commander Mark, that's sort of the Captain Skinner thing, is like it's an homage to that. But he showed kids like how to draw, and that really influenced like so many artists that I know.
Mhm.
Um, watched Commander Mark, and it's a PBS show, and it's like
And it
the
takes place in
wholesomeness.
outer space.
Yeah. Hmm.
It's also like the Tales from the Crypt comics a little bit, or,
Yes.
things like
Mhm.
that. It's a
Yep.
similar style in some ways with the horror elements.
Right.
Hmm.
So, each episode features a finished piece of artwork, and how much of that creation is planned ahead of time, and how much do you allow to just form in the process? Because it does seem like a little bit of it was sort of done in advance, but you obviously also proceed to finish it. So how do you
Hmm.
how do you decide which concepts to use in the
Well,
episode?
we have a list of just subjects that we want each episode to be. Like the first episode, we are like, let's call it science and have it be about science. And then Skinner came up with the Jack Kirby helmet as a way to talk about science.
Yeah, it's like every episode has a theme, and then I kind of come up with like what would be cool for each theme, like as far as image wise. And then so each episode has a theme. We build off that. Like the space cowboy talks, about that particular
Yeah,
theme. And then there's like a lot of room in between for improvisation, talking, chatting. Me and Alan are actually kind of having like a lot of organic interaction during the show. Of course, you don't see Alan. I mean, Alan is there. The edit is Alan being there but yeah, it's a pretty good balance of both, I would say. I'm actually impressed that it even worked, you know.
well, it does have some of that Adult Swim energy going on too.
Mhm.
Like I could imagine this being a character on like Tim and Eric or something like that, perhaps
Yeah.
even.
Yeah.
So there's the slapstick, there's a bit of body horror and the psychedelic stuff going on. So where do you draw the line between funny and disturbing, or is there a line even?
I don't think there even needs to be a line to me. Like, I like to sort of blur that line. I'm interested in things that are disturbing and funny, and sometimes I think things can be both for sure.
Oh, and don't worry, this isn't booze, this is Italian syrup.
Even if
Just
it
so you
is,
know,
I
I'm
don't
not
care.
boozing it up over here.
Have
I
your
don't think you two
champagne
would
of
care
beer.
anyway, even if it was. But
No, the disturbing part is can be funny. I think that we're kind of in that realm of, let's see what is possible with that stuff, like it I don't know. I mean, like that's the thing is rooting around in the disturbingness to find the humor is sort of. The
Also, a lot of Skinner's artwork is very like intense and kind of like inspired by horror, but then Skinner himself is you're a very funny person. So I think it makes sense in the context of the show to bring humor and horror together.
yes.
So, does the sort of TV format or video format change the way that you look at your artwork?
I mean, not not really. I mean, the like to be honest, the experience of being around people and being creative is so much more rewarding and makes me feel so much better than just like the endless hours of being alone where I'm listening to podcasts about, like horror stuff or like, different
Sure,
things. Like it's not so like for me when I'm watching the show, I have like a lot of, I don't know, experiential, emotional memories of what it was like to actually make the show and how fun and exciting it was in the process of building something and just feeling really good about being around these cool people that like I don't even really see the art so much as I have this like memory in my body of like how like oh I have to return to this. I gotta go back to
sure.
being around people again. It's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. So, when it comes to the lengths of the episodes, they're like 15, 16 minutes or so. Did
Mhm.
that runtime shape the pacing or did it impact how you proceed with your artwork? Did you feel rushed at all or anything like that?
Well, the we shoot when we shoot each painting, it takes about an hour to 2 hours for Skinner to paint it. So the 16 minutes is just like once we've cut out all the dead air, all the
Sure.
stuff that's not funny, and it usually ends up being around that long. Naturally, I would say, but then it sort of becomes this sort of stream of consciousness, like um, yeah, nightmare thing.
I think like
So,
so much of the show is getting revealed. A lot of it's getting revealed as Alan's making it, and like I think that's there's a lot of, I think, sort of trust and faith that Alan has sometimes that's a lot more than I have because I'm like a full-on nihilist from birth, where he's just like, no, it'll be cool. We'll do it like this. We'll make it like this. And I'm like, well, I think it's gonna go good. Like, and I'm like, I don't know, like, what's that? And he's like, no, we're gonna edit. It's gonna be cool. And I'm like,
Yes,
sure.
okay.
Skinner's very worried the whole time.
I'm worried because I'm traumatized.
Well, Skinner
Yeah.
also knows I'm gonna throw like fart sound effects in there and stuff.
Yeah, which is fine. I don't care. That's fine.
So are you planning on sustaining this as a concept and like having multiple seasons, or is it just going to be a one season sort of thing?
Yeah, I think if the powers that be want more seasons, I would love to do more for sure.
This is what I'm imagining. We finish this season, right? It becomes a cult hit. They do a season two. Streaming services there's a bidding war, right? It's going crazy, right? It's going insane. There's a bidding war. Everybody wants Netflix. Everybody wants this. It gets picked up, right? We get super rich. I get a crazy motorcycle. I crash it. I crash a motorcycle. I'm like, oh no, I took everything for granted. And then I go, I gotta, and then I turn my back on being a scumbag celebrity and I just go paint for sick children in hospitals. And I try to make the world heal that way. And then what happens is um, like Alan says, we got to get back together for one last season. And then I come back out of retirement and then we do another season. And then like it becomes we become like the Beatles
Yeah,
of
we're like
our show.
Bill and Ted. We bring world peace.
Yeah, we heal the world by annoying everybody with fart jokes. And nobody ever thought about that. Nobody thought that would be the way, but we did, and we fixed everything.
Well, personally, sometimes I wonder, like, if there's a right combination of words and actions that could totally improve the world, and I wonder what that would be. But I
Oh,
suppose it could be something that's totally off the wall and
yeah.
zany and that nobody could have expected.
Wait, I like this. This is
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of a cool philosophy here. Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah.
because the thing is that how do you unfuck the universe, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How do you undo it? And it's like, you know that character from Superman, Mr. Mixelplick?
Actually, well, yeah, yeah. I'm
So the
vaguely
only way
familiar.
to defeat Mr. Mixelplick, he's like a cosmic imp. And the only way to defeat Mr. Mixelplick is get him to say his name backwards. And that's what we're trying to do is get the world to say its name backwards with art show. And we're trying to fix everything. It's the opposite of fascism. It's the opposite of Big Macs.
All
And
right. So, how much does it cost to get you to do artwork for an album or something like that? Like,
oh,
what
how
is
much
the
does it
going rate?
cost?
Yeah,
Well, if you're a band in high school, I would probably do it for,
$10.
yeah, well, a little bag of brown weed or
Yeah,
something. But if you're a big time band, it's thousands and thousands.
sure.
Why are you in a band? You want me to do art for your band?
Well,
Send me the
I
music.
just make
Look,
my own music. I just make my own music,
yeah,
and
I want to
barely
hear
anybody
it.
listens to it. Some of my albums suck, but some of them are all right. It's
I
like
bet.
experimental, weird stuff. I know
I
almost
can't
nothing
wait.
about music, so
I want to hear it.
okay. I
Uh,
could, if you got an email address or something, I could send you
The
like my
the
least crappy album, perhaps.
the art of Skinner at gmail.com. You got to send it to me, dude. We got to hear it.
Okay,
We got to
all
work
right,
this into season 2 art show.
okay,
Hell
all right.
yeah.
So, this is probably also going to be a podcast episode, by the way, just so you know.
Cool.
okay.
My podcast is barely listened to by anybody, so it's not a threat or anything. But you
No,
know,
No,
what?
that's
What do you mean a
awesome.
threat?
well, it's not quite the threat that I would want it to be to
Ooh, I
the
like
uh,
it.
to the establishment, man, the powers that be.
Yeah, we need to
So,
do that.
yeah. Well, I enjoyed talking to you. It was nice and free flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Wade, you're great. Thank
nice to
you.
meet you.
all right.